What's up, everyone? How y'all still doing?
Yeah.
Fine?
Yeah.
That's it? Just fine? Alright, that's cool. Yeah, you guys are really working on your homework. I didn't get to see how many people here are freshmen. How many of y'all are freshmen? A lot. Holy shit. How was your first week of school?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Badass, right? Gets worse. Gets worse. Very good. I came from a town before I came here called Jacksonville, North Carolina. Anybody familiar with that place? It sucks ass, right? Yeah. If you don't know, it's a Marine Corps town, Marine Corps based military, and guy to girl ratio there is 10 to 1. 10 guys for 1 girl. And it sucks because, you know, every girl there was either with a Marine or with 2 Marines. And I can't compete with that. Can't compete with that at all. So whenever I came here, I didn't really know anybody here at ECU, and I got to experience dorm life, which scared the shit out of me. Because I hadn't shared a room with anybody since my brother since I was like 10 years old. And I am not the same person that I was when I was 10 years old, which scared me. And so I have to share a room with someone who's like 15 feet away from me and can see everything that I'm doing, which is not a good thing. And long story short, after I got kicked out of the dorms, I moved into an apartment, which, has anybody else got to, who lives in an apartment out here?
Woo!
That guy, okay. One person. One thing you can discover whenever you move out into the apartments is that you can discover really, really thin walls. I thought I was gonna have more privacy, but I didn't because I could literally hear everything that's going on in the other room, which sucks sometimes because I have a roommate, he came home with his lady friend and they started getting busy and I could hear everything going on, all the dirty talk, all the spanking and shit. Right there, next to my ear, and you would think that's like extremely awkward for me, but I went ahead and made it more awkward for him because he could just hear me like furiously masturbating. It wasn't to them. I was watching porn. I am not a pervert, okay? Jeez. But, yeah, so, had a pretty cool job while I was in college. I was a waiter. Anybody here ever been a waiter before? Just like a few people. Has anybody here ever actually had a job?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, what, you said you were a waiter?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
No.
You hated it, why?
The people are douchebags.
People are douchebags. Like, what was the one population that you hated the most?
Old white ladies.
Old white ladies. Yeah, I worked at a retirement home, and so I know, I felt your pain even worse. All I dealt with was old white ladies. But it was fun. I worked at a retirement home, and it was a lot like watching an episode of The Golden Girls and The Walking Dead. They're good shows, is what I'm saying. Good times there. I got to wait on a lot of people. It was really funny though. I was walking by and I heard a woman, she says, I can't really remember when the state fair is. And her friend says, I can't remember when I had my first affair either. Grandma's a whore. Fun waiting tables on them though. There was this one woman, she fell asleep all the time, swear to God, I thought she was dead. She wasn't. She was in a little motorized wheelchair, fell asleep, just let it happen, they just let her sleep, you know. And then one day, unfortunately, she's in her little motorized wheelchair and she like hits the knob to make her go while she's passed out. So she just starts spinning. And I just let it happen for about 30 minutes until she like grabbed a hold of the tablecloth and just ripped everything up. Yeah, she's dead now. Sorry. That's what happens. You'll learn about that. I got to experience a lot of cool, but a lot of bad, old school racism from really old white guys. And this one guy, he's a World War II vet, and being a military brat, I have much appreciation for anybody who's ever done any military. And I asked him where he was stationed at because I've been stationed all around the country, and he mentioned a bunch of different places, and he mentioned Okinawa, Japan. I'm like, oh, you from there?
Yeah.
That's what's up. This guy was not about that. I said, that's really cool. My mom was born there in Okinawa, Japan. My mom's side of the family is actually from Okinawa, Japan, if you can't tell. You guys got on. And I told him that, and he's like, oh, well, you're lucky to have a mom because we try killing them all.
Oh!
All right then, get you a refill. He says hi to me now, and we're like, he missed one. And he starts telling me a lot of interesting facts about the war for no reason whatsoever now, ever since he discovered my heritage. And he's like, you know, a lot of the Okinawans would hide underground and we would burn them alive with flamethrowers. I'm like, I'm not in your section today, so leave me alone. Leave me alone. But a funny thing happened to him one day. He was having trouble getting out of his seat. He was done eating, finally to go back to his room and sleep again. And he just couldn't get out of his chair. I felt bad for him, so I gave him the incentive to get up because I can't, do anything because I'm not a nurse. So I'm just like, For those of you who don't get that joke, watch Pearl Harbor. I actually had a woman. She asked me about my ethnicity for no reason whatsoever. She's like, Andrew, come over here. I'm like, yes, how can I help you? She's like, what are you? I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean by that. Are you a Mexican? No, I'm not a Mexican. She's like, well, then what are you? I'm like, I'm Japanese and Irish. She's like, you don't look it. And I'm like, well, I leave all my alcohol at home and my beaten wife there, so you bring that, I don't understand what I mean. It's an Irish joke. But she's like, no, the Japanese part. And I'm like, yeah, no, it just didn't turn out that well for me, I guess, for the genes. Look at my SAT scores, you'll see. That's a lot funnier. And she's like, how did that happen? I'm like, well, mom's usually sex, but father's side came from Ireland, mom's side came from Japan, made me. That's how it happened. She's like, oh, that is so interesting of how diverse and how two worlds can come together. And she like tries to relate to me. She says, my niece is married to a black man. Okay, wow, I've never seen that before. A white girl with a black guy? That never happens. Not now, I mean, whatever. But was it wrong that I assumed that her niece had a fat ass? I guess not. Anyways, yeah. So I just quit that job. Thank God. Now I have another shitty job. So life's going up for me. But not. So how is everybody else doing? You guys look like you're having a fun time. Woo! No, I'm just gonna end it with that, guys. Thank you so much. I'm Andrew Reynolds.